Hi. Um. So yeah, it's well, 2 hours from the end of Thanksgiving. 2 hours from the end of I suppose, well, the anniversary of Doctor Who, and it's also 2 days before the anniversary of my YouTube channel. And I've just been listening to um the last uh Oncoming Storm podcast episode about the Virgin New Adventures of Doctor Who, which the Virgin New Adventures, they kind of got me into Doctor Who, and the Virgin New Adventures really inspired a lot of my writing, and also at the same time I've really sort of begun the Act 2 of, well, it's technically free, but I've begun the big plot portion of the second story in this new book collection I'm working on, in this new continuity. And this is kind of like my love letter to sci-fi in a sort of big continuity reboot where it becomes more about the fantasy and the lore of the fantasy that I've built up. And when it feels kind of odd in the sense that my channel only really got big, as I suppose, when shit was hitting the fan, which I suppose is it's a very British kind of thing to have stories about everything going wrong. It's just that the story happened to be my real fucking life, and the audience were part of why it was going wrong. The man who doesn't like racists is saying that he wants the racists to stop liking him. Quick, racists, we must flock to him. And it's just like, oh great, this is marvellous. But in a way, it's like, the Black Plague is a symptom of a sickness in the city. Nazi trolls are a symptom of a sickness in the mind, in the sense of like, they come when you are weak. They're like, weakness! We must come! We can see it! And it's just, yeah. Everything ending all at once. And the thing that I've been struggling with for so long is that there's kind of been two options. Right? Two choices. And it's like, option one, you begin again. You try again. And it's gonna hurt, and it's gonna suck, and you're gonna fail again and again and again. Because that's what life is. Life is failure and sucking, and it's not great. But option two is death. And basically I've spent the last 3 years running from option two, but at the same time not in a headspace to acknowledge option one. And one of the things that kind of was really sort of voiced by the Kurt Vonnegut podcast today is that I've been thinking about for a while, is this idea that kind of, when things are really shit, you don't have the time or luxury to think about how or why and move on, right? It's this idea in World War Z that like the moments when people come apart are when like they seem to be winning the war against the zombies. It's like when the zombies are at your door and it's just you've got to survive because shit's fucking grim and it needs doing, you know, then you're just too busy fighting fires and there's nothing. You can't think about how everything sucks when you've got to do this or that in order to stop dying, right? And basically, the problem I've had the last 3 years is that everything has been sucking so much, and everybody's been screaming in my face so much for so long about, oh my god, it's really, oh my god, it's really seriously, really, oh my god, the stakes, oh my god, it's so bad, it's just, I hadn't had time to just sit and absorb and just deal with the fact that a fucking lot had happened. And I think I'm finally coming to the point of doing that. And yeah, like, you say that to the world, or even, like, I've almost got this weird superstitious element of, like, I can't let the universe think that I'm happy. If I let the universe think that I am happy, then somehow something terrible will happen. And in some ways it almost feels like my parents know this. Because my mum will just occasionally turn up and be like, oh my god, I've got a new drama bomb to drop. And it's just like, no, you just need to go and have a lie down and you'll be okay in a few hours. It's just like, I've gotten to that point now where it's just like, no, I'm okay, I'm zen. Like, it's not even... I have accepted that there are problems in the world that are gonna crop up a lot. I've just... You know, it's like, at a certain point, it's like, yeah, this is Skyrim, this is a game. This is what happens. People ask you to do tedious shit all the fucking time. And yeah, it's annoying, but it's what happens. You deal with it. You do it. Like, yeah, I'm busy with the main quest, but you've come up to me, and now I've got to deal with this. Fine, like, we'll deal with this. Fine. It's just like, oh great, the Nazi trolls are thinking like they matter again. Okay. Deal with this latest horseshit. Okay, move on. And I think I'm finally also moving past. I think I'm finally forgiving myself for kind of what I've fucked up in the past. And sort of allowing myself to move forward. And yeah, it's gonna be difficult moving forward because apart from anything else, in some ways, yeah, it is a bit like we're living in Ragnarok times, you know. We are living at the sort of the four horsemen of the apocalypse of, you know, climate change, technological automation, fascism, and neoliberalism. Like things are not good right now. And I'm still not in a great position to deal with things, and like, universal credit is definitely one of these people of that are just like screaming in my face, going, "What you must care! You must care! We will kill you if you don't do this. You must pay attention to us." And it's just like, no, like if you were gonna pull that shotgun, if you were gonna pull the trigger on that shotgun you're waving in my face, you'd have done so already. So if you don't mind, I got shit to do. So it's just well, you know, you gotta do our things. You gotta do our things. If you don't do our things, oh well, fuck you. You know, it's just like, no, you just want to show that you're impressive because you've got a lot of money being paid to you, and there's a lot of business going on behind the scenes, and everybody's screaming at everybody else, going, "Oh my god, it's so crazy!" But it's not. It doesn't matter, right? I've come to this point of life of just like, so what? So fucking what? And it's yeah, there are problems. There are big problems. But you know what's a good sign? I'm drinking ginger beer. I realised I just lifted up a Doctor Who mug, but yes, ginger beer. Good old Sainsbury's. I mean, they're probably, financed by, like, I don't know, sentient shark slaves or something. I don't know. But still, um, they make damn good Diet Coke and ginger beer. Again, probably made from the tears of orphans, but I don't care. It's bloody good, cheap drink. And yeah, I am. I mean, part of my finding of Doctor Who and getting my life together was, hey, I'm kicking the Diet Coke bucket and I'm giving it up and I'm going to ginger beer, and it's like, I'm not going to be going cold turkey because that would be a damn stupid idea, especially considering I'm still dealing with the tail end of the flu and I've got growth hormone deficiency and I genuinely reached a point now of my doctors just being like, oh my god, but this is so serious, and I'm just like, no, you know what, I don't care if I've actually got sleep apnea. I don't, it's, no, I don't care. I genuinely got to the thing of like, okay, so you're gonna put this thing on, and then, here's the booklet, and it's like, well, we would have, you'd have to wear this mask, and there's all these sorts of side effects, and it's just like, you know what, I figure if I'm not dead yet from it, it's probably okay. Because sleep apnea isn't like a disease or anything like that, it's just like, it's basically you're fat and you're big, and that causes problems to your airways, and like, I feel like if that was a big enough problem for me, I'd have noticed earlier. It's kind of one of those inherent design flaw like things. Like the whole thing of like occasionally you bite the inside of your mouth, sort of thing, and it's like, I kind of feel like if my sleep apnea was so utterly outrageously terrible, I probably would have ended up going to see the doctor about it sooner, not just being like, oh, well, I have a naps occasionally, right? I mean, I'm still not even sure I bloody have it. For all I know, I've got some other thing. I feel like that's the way that the sort of universe is going, to the extent now where I'm almost like just like resigned to the fact that at some point I might just have brain cancer or Alzheimer's, just because it would be the worst thing that the universe could slap down on me, and so therefore it's just inevitable. It's it's just like, well, how could we fuck this guy over? How could we, as the cosmic entities controlling reality, fuck this one particular guy over? Right. And at the same time, we've got a female doctor, and she's blonde. Right? And yeah, okay, I realise like it's a female doctor being written by a guy. Right, we've got a male showrunner, and so it's kind of like, yeah, we've got Wonder Woman in the Justice League movie, except fucking Zack Snyder's writing it. I mean, okay, Chibnall is not Zack Snyder, but still, it's kind of like, yay, hoping. But still, like, big impossible things that I dreamt about, like, hey, getting a socialist leader of the Labour Party again. We've got Jeremy Corbyn. Hey, getting a female doctor. Yeah, that'd be so brilliant. I mean, it's never going to happen, but it'd be so brilliant. And it's fucking happening. I mean, I'm still kind of tentatively like, okay, at what point are they going to realize this? Are they going to say, oh no, it's stunt casting, and actually, it's Chris Marshall is the new Doctor? Like, I genuinely, there's a little bit of me that is just like expecting Christmas Day to be like, yeah, the new Doctor, and then Chris Marshall walks on. It's just like, I don't trust fate in the universe. But impossible things have happened. Impossible, great, wonderful things have happened. And actually, I realise saying, oh my god, it's so awesome we've got a female Doctor might actually be genuinely provocative, because there might still be some Doctor Who friends who are like, but you're my misogynist friend, why are you okay with having a female Doctor? Because, you know, I may fucking have a problem with writing submissive women in my fiction, but yeah, having a female Doctor would be fucking brilliant, because it would be different. Right? Because the Doctor's an alien, and every single part of Doctor Who lore is made up on the fly. If Doctor Who wanted to do a Star Trek style series where it's just like, well, Doctor, we here at UNIT have decided to build a new ship to go exploring the galaxy, and we've decided that you should be on that ship because you are the president of the Earth, so go journeying the galaxy. Like, they could do that. They could do an entire series of Doctor Who that was Doctor Who on the Starship Enterprise, you know, or the sort of the BBC equivalent, right? They could tell whatever kind of story they wanted. If they wanted, they could do Doctor Who, the sexploitation years, you know? Okay, I realise bringing that up in relevance to a female Doctor is not a good idea, but you know, they can do anything. They could do sharksploitation Doctor Who. They could do anything with Doctor Who. That's the whole point. They have no plot. They just go, hey, we've got someone who's called the Doctor. But even that changes, so fuck it. Yeah, we've got the TARDIS, except we did have a whole series where basically it didn't work. And yeah, we've got the chameleon circuit, so it looks like a police box. But oh yeah, we've changed that. Like, every single thing has changed. It can change again. It will change again. And it's glorious. And that's why I love it. And Doctor Who can be an adult show, it can be a children's show, it can be a family show, it can be anything. And it doesn't need me cheering it on. It's always going to be a part of me in the way that sharks are always going to be a part of me. And I suppose I've already sort of moved on from it to a certain extent, in the sense that when Peter Capaldi took over, I was so annoyed that there wasn't a female Doctor that I was just like, I don't care. Also, Stephen Moffat, like, I love the guy, but his writing was not so great at the tail end of Matt Smith's series. I mean, he's gotten better again, but there was a dark period where things were just pretty much garbage. I mean, opinions, you know, the nature of change is that some people are going to think it's a change for the worse, and some people are going to think it's a change for the better. And yeah, I do feel like, yeah, there are challenges ahead. There are issues ahead, and I feel like the next big issues that we are going to face is the fact that, yeah, trans people and gay people are going to be the main characters now, and guess what happens when you're the main character? You get pain. You get a whole lot of pain, right? Cisgendered, white male, heterosexual characters have gone through so much pain because they are the main characters. They are what the conflict revolves around. And if you're going to have conflict, you've got to have stakes. You've got to have pain. And I feel like we're gonna go for a teething period of like a lot of gay people going, no, how dare you be mean to the gay person? It's just like, well, they're the main character. What the fuck do you want to happen? Yes, the gay people are gonna have loved ones who die occasionally. It's what happens to straight people. It's being a main character. Being a main character means suffering and death and despair. Have you not read the contract? Because I say that as a fan of things like, you know, Farscape and James Bond and Doctor Who, where like you have your cisgendered straight white male characters who have heterosexual love interests, and it is just dead, 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 death, torment, torture. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna go for a very interesting period of like persecuted minorities finally getting representation and realizing, oh shit, we don't like it because that means pain. And I realize I'm laughing, but I'm laughing kind of from the perspective of like, yeah, I have annoyed the trans community. I have annoyed feminists. I have annoyed gay people. It hurts when they don't like you and you want them to like you. And there are going to be a lot of very earnestly well-meaning creators who are going to tread onto massive hornets' nests because I've got all these brilliant characters and I'm going to tell stories with them, and how dare you have consequences in your stories. And I realise many of these writers and creators and what have you are so much better than me. But still, that's gonna happen because that's the nature of fans and fandom, you know. I mean, I apart from anything else, I know that I have had my fair share of moments of just like, how dare you hurt my characters that I care about? No. Like, genuinely, I quit watching Arrow and basically fell out of love with the DC TV universe and still haven't caught up because they had a cliffhanger where Felicity Smoke got shot and it was like, oh, is she dead? And I was just like, okay, that's it. You've killed off my favorite character in this series, so fuck you. So I can imagine like that kind of bitterness being 10,000-fold when it's like, my people are persecuted, we literally can't go to the bathroom at the moment, and you have just decided to kill off one of my characters. Fuck you. Like, I do understand that, like, it's not just, oh, the fans, oh, they're being outraged. Like, no, genuinely, the outrage is gonna be real, and it's gonna be coming from a place of like, genuinely, how dare you hurt these characters I care about, you bastards. But we are entering into a new age, and that's good. It's good. Entering into a new age, and you know what? These Nazis, we defeated them once, we'll defeat them again. And frankly, like, the Conservatives and Trump, they each feel like, yeah, they had their barnstorming successes, and now we are already witnessing the downfall. Like, it already feels like Trump is in his bunker, kind of going, you know, playing Russian roulette, going, you know, should I pull the trigger? Should I not? I don't know. Because, like, yeah, guess what, guys? It's the age of caring about sexual assault, and Mr. Grab 'em by the pussy is in the White House leading the fucking Nazis. It's like, yes, this is how we get Hitler, right? Um, and yeah, it's hope, guys. Hope is awesome. And yeah, it sucks when things go wrong. But then things begin again too, and I feel like I feel like I'm reaching the point where I am ready, or getting ready to begin again, and do stuff again. Well, I suppose first I'm gonna have an okay Christmas. Um, yeah, yeah. And you know what? I've got a couple of films that I want to watch, and yeah, I'm feeling I'm feeling pretty darn fucking good. And I mean, I still don't fucking know what name I'm gonna be going by. Um, and there's still tons of big questions hanging up in the air, and that's okay. You know, like, if there is one thing that these past 3 years have taught me, it's that actually life is not as fast as we think it is, as I have thought it is. You know, things can be slow, and that can be okay, and that's all right. And yeah, um, I think I'm probably gonna watch some Let's Plays now, to be honest. Either that or do some writing, maybe go for a walk. I don't know, but yeah, I am transitioning to drinking ginger beer. I am dealing with the one major vice that I have, which is Diet Coke. um, yeah, that's good. And my writing is in a good place at the moment. Um, and I think I'm dealing with that in a healthy manner too. And that, yeah, I'm gonna have stuff to do there that's gonna be okay, and it's not even gonna be the full-on melodramatic, well, I'm starting over again entirely, so fuck you. It's going to be no, this is a new continuity, but what that means is that I'm actually going to proofread and go over the things of the past and say, you know what, this line was shitty, that line was crap, gonna fix this up, make this less problematic, and yeah, it's gonna be basically the same plot. It's still basically gonna be a shitty story because it's written by early me and by me in general, but it's gonna be less disgusting, um, in the ways that really matter. Um, I mean, there's still going to be tentacled monsters and stuff like that, but you know, I like my Contravoxide, damn it. I like my glorious aliens of the tentacliness who give no flying fucks about anything. Um, yeah. Um, so I suppose all that remains to be seen is that also, yeah, Star Trek is looking good. Doctor Who is looking good, and Star Wars is looking good, and you know what? Maybe the age of the superhero is coming to an end, but the age of sci-fi is starting up again, and maybe that's good, and maybe the age of post-scarcity is upon us in good ways, because Nazism is failing, and neoliberalism is failing, and socialism is on the rise, and that's good. Yeah, feeling hopeful, I'm feeling optimistic, and I'm pretty damn sure that since the vast majority of the people who follow me are Nazis and neoliberals and right-wing bastards, that they are all going to be very eagerly trying to murder me in some way, shape, or form. And so all I will say to you guys is, make sure that you actually pull the fucking trigger this time. Because basically, yeah, I'm just like, so what? So what? I don't care. You can't really ruin my life much more than it's already been ruined. I'm already a screaming monster. And, yeah. I am in the pits of the pits of the pits, and I'm climbing my way out. And, yeah, if I drop a few rungs because people are stupid, so what? Anyway, I'm gonna go and do stuff now, and, yeah. Oh, and, still saving up for the PC upgrades, because I did in fact get the get the power supply upgrade, so I can now actually get a graphics card if I can get the money together, which at the current rates of saving things up is looking to be about 5 years. But there we go. Anyway, see you. Bye bye. Thank you for watching my main channel. Please remember to leave a like, favourite and comment. Shout out to the dislike club. Subscribe if you like what you saw, and share if you know someone who might be interested in the contents of this video. If you would like to help ensure more videos get made, there are a few options available to you. You can whitelist this channel in your adblock software to ensure what ad revenue you provide has a chance of making its way to me. If you sign up to make a regular monthly donation through my Patreon, then you will get to watch a selection of videos available exclusively to my Patreon supporters over at my Patreon page. One-off donations are payable through PayPal, or if that doesn't suit your sensibilities, you can gift items through Steam or Amazon via my public wish lists. Obviously, I don't expect anything, and the vast majority of my videos will remain free and ad-supported. All that remains is to say Trump should be impeached, the genocidal must be stopped, and institute universal basic income now.